Hello, Condors. This is Cranky Korinsky coming at you with the third day of my Godforge free-to-play beta testing series. Here we are. We're back on day 3 of our Godforge beta testing wave 1 free-to-play account. Every day is different. I do have an objective today. I did my homework. I have a plan. So we're going to start working towards one of these dungeons, because I've been playing on other accounts that are further ahead than this account, so I know it's coming. And this guy, this dragon, he's a giant pain in the butt. So if you don't have a plan, or your guys aren't really leveled up much higher than him, you're going to struggle against this guy. So we have to do some homework. And that's the nature of these games, these strategy games. RPG, strategy game, hero collecting. You always end up having a squad. You always have to have a strategy, build your team, and then, of course, developers like Fateless, they have to keep things fresh, so they have to keep giving us different scenarios, usually different bosses or maybe different waves in the campaign, so we have to mix things up. And we can't just keep using the same heroes, the same team over and over and over. That gets boring. We don't want boring. We got to keep it fresh. There's always that happy balance between too hard, always having to work, and then just boring and stale, using the same thing over and over and over. So we're going to look at Zmey, the dragon, the three-headed dragon. And we have to look at his abilities, what he's going to do to us, so we can formulate a plan and come in and smack him down. So we start with his basic here, mischievous theft. He's going to attack everybody on our team, and you can see, the numbers, and he's going to steal the buff. On his core, we have relentless hunger. We can see the cooldown is 3 turns. He's going to put a random buff on himself for 2 turns, and then he's going to go again. If Zmey is under faith down, which is a debuff, buffs are in blue, debuffs are in red, and disables are going to be in purple, just so you know. So if he's under faith down, he's only going to place 1 buff instead. So the way I read this, maybe he doesn't get an extra turn. He just gets a buff. So it's going to benefit us if you end up in a long battle and put faith down on him. Next one, we look at his ultimate, and you can actually see the numbers. There's a little flag, 0, so he starts with no divinity, and he's going to have to build up 6,500 divinity to use his ultimate. And then we're going to have these things called gluttony, which is pretty much used on him. Don't worry about it the rest of the game. But he's going to stack these things up, and as we read this stuff, we're going to see how it accumulates and what it does. And then he's going to attack us 3 times, and he's going to destroy 5% of our maximum hit points. For every 10 stacks of gluttony, we're going to add another 5%. If you let that gluttony get out of hand, he's going to start smacking the snot out of you, and you're not going to live very long. So on his passive, which is gluttonous, when Zmey gains a buff, he gains 1 stack of gluttony, which we can't even take off of him, not by using our abilities. So at the start of his turn, he's going to shake all the disables pretty much off of himself. And you can see the little icon for gluttony, which is helpful. So during the battle, you can look at icons that go on your team, icons that go on the enemies, and you can figure out what's going on. And you can even look at an info screen, which we can show you later. Going up right along here, he's got another passive, multi-headed weakness. We can actually reduce some of the gluttony he puts on himself by doing 3 different things. We can actually reduce 10 stacks if we can knock him down 1/3 of his hit points. We can knock down 6 stacks when a buff is stolen from Zmey. So there are some heroes that will do that. They're not prevalent, but there's a few out there. And we can take 3 stacks off when Zmey receives a buff, debuff, or a disable. So you start forming a strategy by looking at this. So you'll get some ideas. I already did my homework, and we're going to look at some things in a minute. Another passive, Mythic Spirit. So divinity reduction effects apply 1 stack of Arcane Aegis level 1. If we tap on that, we see it reduces divinity reductions by 5%, multiplicatively, big word there, per stack. Stacks are removed at the end of the hero's turn. We're not going to want to be trying to reduce his divinity. Turn meter reduction effects. He's also going to get a stack of Temporal Aegis 1. You're going to actually help him by doing some of these things to him, so you're going to want to stay away from some of that. Plus, if we look back here, he's stealing buffs from us. So you start to figure out who you're going to bring, who you're not going to bring, what the strategy is going to be here. Another passive, so after he activates an ultimate 5 times, he's going to increase his damage by 200%. And he's also immune to effects that increase divinity cost. So what this tells me is you don't want this to be a long, drawn-out battle, or you're going to die, because he's just going to keep smacking you harder and harder, no matter what you do. So we're going to have to come in, hit him fast, hit him hard, which is basically offense, offense, offense. In the last passive, Mythic Resilience, we can see that the dots in the game, Acid, Blaze, and Bleed, the effects are reduced by 75%. So they'll still do damage, but they're not going to do as much damage. So they're not going to be as effective. So the strategy really isn't to kill him with dots. Now, if you place the dots on him, they're going to be beneficial, because if we come back here, every time he receives a debuff or disable, a dot is a debuff, he's going to lose the 3 stacks of gluttony. So it's not bad to place them on him, but don't plan on killing him using them. And he's also immune to lock core, lock ultimate, lock passive, and charm. So any of the lock stuff, he's just going to shake it off. You can't land it on him, and you can't put charm on him. The big key for me is hit him fast, hit him hard. You basically want to deal with those gluttony stacks. You're going to have to, take him down quick to like 1/3 hit points, like down to 66%, down to 33%, and kill him. If it's going to last a while, like you get to the higher levels, you're going to need to do this. If you come in with a high level team and just kill him right away, it's not going to matter. Depending on what you do, you can wait, get your team really strong, and then see what levels you can take them to. Because in the dungeons, you'll take down one level, and then it goes up to the next level, goes up to the next level, goes up to the next level, and just incrementally gets harder, but your rewards will increase in value also. So what I did is I went and I looked at the roster here. And here we go. Look at this. Yeah, 5 stones. I looked at my hero roster, saw who I had. I'm trying to keep it to rares only if possible. I don't want to go to legendary. Well, this is interesting. So after doing my homework, I decided, we're going to keep Guan Yu. He's kind of like our big, massive hammer. Does tons of damage. Starters, if you get them buffed out and level up everything you can level up, they're good as a epic and as good as some of the weaker legendaries. The 3 others, after doing my research, I want to find good old King Tut. There he is right there. If we look at his abilities, he hits one enemy 2 times. And if you add 215 on top of 215, that's 430. So that's a pretty good smack. He has a chance to even put acid on him. So you can put a dot on him. So that's a debuff. That'll help. And if the target is under curse, he's also going to place acid for 2 turns and increase by a turn. Now on his core, he's doing 320% attack. We are going to have to get through 2 waves to get to the dragon, so keep that in mind. You don't always want all single target hitters, because you might not survive the waves. So you are going to have to do 2 wave clears before you get to the boss. So this will help. Having Guan Yu and Lady Zoc, though, they're tremendously going to get us through that. But this guy will even help out. And then he's got a 50% chance to extend the duration of curse and acid on each target by 1 turn. On his ultimate, he's going to hit 3 times. If you do 3 times 220, that's 660. That's pretty good damage. So this guy's good at smacking a boss. And he's got a chance of putting Drain 1 for 2 turns on the first hit. Second hit, 70% chance to put Vulnerable 1 on the target for 2 turns. And if the target's under Vulnerable and Curse, activate Acid on the target. It means you don't have to wait for the enemy to take their turn before it starts damaging them. It'll start right off the bat. We don't have his passive unlocked, but we can look at it. All of his attacks have a 100% chance to put Curse 1 on the target for 1 turn. Now, one thing about this dragon, the first time I tried to hit him on my main account, I was knocking him down. I thought he'd be like the other bosses in the other dungeons, because I was just mowing him down. You get a team strong enough, you kind of get used to this, the pattern. And then all of a sudden, I get the dragon down to 40% health, and then bam, he's back to 100% health. And it's like, what? And then I couldn't take him down. So you want to do something to try to control the dragon healing himself. Now, what we read, it didn't really talk about that too much, but it happened. So I want to have a strategy where we can try to reduce healing in case we get stuck a little longer than we hope. The plan is to go and smack them in the mouth and just kill them right away. And if you get, enough damage dealers and level them up, that won't be a problem. But, you try to push the levels as best you can to get the best goodies as fast as you can. So here we are with Curse 1, decrease healing received, and the strength of shield and barrier by 25%. So Curse is good for keeping their heals low. Funky Tut is good for that. Now let's go look for Mr. Wolfhead, Ulfhednar. This guy, I love this guy. Oh my lord, this guy smacks. On his basic, he does a 400 multiplier on one enemy, and if he does a strong or a critical hit, he's going to destroy 3% of the target's maximum HP. So if you got something that keeps healing itself, if you destroy max HP, what it can take itself to just keeps shrinking. So that'll help with healing also. And he actually has a 20% additional chance to crit. So this is strong. This is good. This guy's a schmacker. We look on his core. I mean, he starts out with only a cooldown of 4. That's good. Most of them are 5, and every once in a while you might see something even worse if it's super powerful. So he's attacking one enemy, 225, 3 times. 225 times 3, that's pretty darn good. You're looking at what, 775? Maybe not. I'm tired. I'm still not getting enough sleep. I'm trying to push stuff. Some of my uploads are taking forever because my internet's slow, so some of my material is going to come out late, so sorry guys. The first attack has 50% chance to even put defense down 1 on the target for 2 turns. And if the enemy is under that, if he's smacking someone with defense down 1 on themselves, he's got another, once again, 20% additional chance to crit. I like this guy. I've been killing him first when I'm fighting against him because he smacks hard. Now on his ult, he's going to hit everybody twice. So it's not as much good for the boss killing, but on his basic and core, yeah. Even this one has a 20% additional chance to crit. Okay? So if you're looking at this guy, he's a multi-hitter. Here's 1 hit. Here's 3 hits on 1 target. And then here, he's hitting everybody twice. On his passive, if we crit against the same enemy, whack whack, is going to inflict 20% increased damage. So this is good. Want to use this guy, want to use King Tut, and then we're going to find our last contestant right here. This funky looking dude. Kind of looks like Shinigami's cousin. Shinigami is white, this guy's black. We're going to look at his abilities. So he gets a pretty decent hit at a 380% multiplier, and he's got a 50% chance to put Curse 1 down on the target for 2 turns. So back to Curse. King Tut puts Curse 1, this guy puts Curse 1, which we can reduce the amount of healing the dragon would put on himself. Not sure where that healing's coming from, but if you see it happen, it happens. If the target's under Blaze, we're also going to increase the duration of Blaze. So that means he's going to put Blaze on some point. So here he is attacking everybody. It's going to help with wave clearing. 75% chance to place Blaze 1 on each target for 2 turns. If the target is under vulnerable, we're going to use Blaze 2 instead. So we can put, more debuffs on the dragon. And for his ultimate, we're going to have a 545% single hit schmack. And for every debuff sitting on your target, you're going to ignore 2% defense. So he'll even do more damage. For passive, whenever an enemy is inflicted with the blaze damage, he's going to steal 5% of the target's current HP, which means he's got one of these guys who's going to heal himself by doing damage. It only can happen once per turn. So you can't stack it multiple times during 1 turn. So that's the plan. We have Guan Yu, level 20, Lady Zoc, level 18, but we're going to have to go level up King Tut, Ulfhednar, and Akuma, and we're going to put some armor on them, get them to a decent level. We're going to unlock their passives, and then we'll be ready to go take on that dragon. So that's the plan today. We're going to work on that, and to unlock their passives, we have to go to Ascending, and we have to get them to Ascension level 1. It's going to unlock their passive. You look on the left column, that first rectangle, one pink star, whatever you call it. If you look all the way over to the edge of that, rectangular box, he's got his passive. And if we click on the stars over here, we can see we need 6 of the basic stones, the red ones. So depending on your hero, that color is going to change. So red is strength, Funky Tut is cunning, so he's green. So he needs green stones, the color coding, match the colors. So anyway, we got to go earn a whole bunch of red stones. We got to go get some green stones. And while we do that, we'll get some free leveling for these guys. Kuma, looking for attack. We're looking for accuracy for him. Funky Tut, all attack, and he's going to need some accuracy too to land his debuffs. Ultra Smacker, he likes attack, but we also want him critting and getting strong hits. So anything that's going to help us get strong hits or help us crit is going to help us tremendously, as well as attack. If we can get a little accuracy, that would be a bonus, but right now the big thing is we want attack and we want to crit. We're going to look for stuff him first. We have 4 weapons at the moment, and here, Art of War, you gain Divinity, but look at the main stats. We got defense, we got critical damage. We're going to forge some weapons. We got our God Steel, we're going to do a 10-fold. Let's see what we get. We're hoping for epic, maybe even legendary. So everything's like rare or better, and we got us a couple epics. That's good. We're going to collect it, and we're going to summon 10 more. Crossing our fingers and our toes, throwing those prayers up, whatever you do to try to help. And we got 2 epics, not too bad. Let's see what we get here. 1 epic. All right. So we got 200 left. I'm only going to do 1 more pull. I'm going to hold on to 100 just in case we have some kind of mission or some kind of quest that says you have to do this and it doesn't get grandfathered. Oh, man. All blue. Ooh. But we got weapons we can do things with now. Let's go look at Mr. Wolfhead. He's the priority. He's my Ultra Schmacker. I'm not even going to look at the other guys for right now. So we're looking for crit chance. We're looking for attack. And if the weapon actually helps a strong hit, hey, all the much better, okay? There's a strong hit right there. We got some attack, we even got some speed. I might steal that from Lady Zoc, because this guy, you want all that crit you can throw on him and every strong hit chance you can get. So we're gonna look at everything first before we go steal her weapon. That's not matching the criteria. Here we got 30 attack, it's the flat stat, but when they're low, the flat stat isn't bad. Percentages are better, but they come into play later when they're higher levels. So if we defeat, we get Divinity, so we got attack and crit, but I still want that strong hit. So we're just going to see what everyone's got here. See, here we got attack and crit, but this does healing. We got attack, crit damage, and we can decrease the chance to weak hit, so it's kind of going in the opposite direction, reverse psychology, but we got, if we decrease the chance to weak hit, it doesn't mean you're going to strong hit, but also we're going to receive 50% increased damage from strong hits. I would rather just increase my chance for strong hits, to be quite honest, at this point. So I don't want to even go to the next level. I'm going to steal this from Zoc. Help my strong hits, get my attack up, and I'm going to get some speed. So he's going to be doing some schmacks right off the bat, even if we have to steal armor from the other guys. So here, if you look kind of towards the bottom, the lion, you know, on the black part and the big box for the weapon here, we can get 2 pieces of lion. Our crit goes up by 15%. Now, if you look at claw, it's only 8%. So the main stat is defense. I'm not loving that. I would like the main stat to be attack or crit chance. So we're just going to take a peek. Right here, you got the crit chance, but it's a brawler set. So we're going to see other options. I mean, you got the crit thing, but there's nothing else on the other stats. Ooh, look, Guan Yu's got a crit. And it's on Slayer. We might steal that. Lady Zoc's even got a crit with attack substats. We even leveled this one at 8. It's the brawler at the set. I like Guan Yu's better. There's a chance to crit right there. But the substats, defense, and the set isn't really going to help what we're trying to achieve. Here we got the accuracy for a substat, and we got the Slayer set. I like that. So, looks to me I'm stealing Guan Yu's stuff. Now, if there's anything worth leveling, we're going to look at that real quick. This is an attack set. We got crit percentage for a main stat. I like that. Got attack percentage. Crit. Yeah, I'm actually going to level this. I'm going to take it to 8. If you go above 8, you start running out of materials and gold pretty quick. So I'm just going to go to 8. But if you look at it, our crit chance is going to go from 2% to 10%. So that's a nice little boost. I'm going to go lock it too. If you lock that padlock, you won't accidentally sell it. Flat stat attack. Yeah, I'm not gonna level that. That would be a waste of money. Tempting, but it's only like Roman numeral 1, which means those Roman numerals are going to tell you how much of a boost you're going to get on that main stat. You know, level 1 is just crap. So I'm not going to waste any money on that. This one's got the Roman numeral 3, which I love, and I love the set, but it's a white. It's just the lowest level, which means it has no substats. Ugh. I don't think I'm going to touch this one here. Let's go start grinding away. Gonna need plenty of those red ascension stones. And we can look at the two things here, but we got level 1 guys we're going to be trying to level. If you compare the two, there's not really too much of a difference in our rewards there. So we got to take these 3 out, and then we got to bring in our new friends. We're going to give them some love and attention too. And away we go. Alright, we're going to go and use a core on him because he's not too strong. So we're not really going to save anything on the level 1s. And we're actually going to use some of the more powerful guys' cores, otherwise we're going to get beat up too much. Alright. Let's see what King Tut does here. Sam, can you finish him? Finish him. Alright. Only got one guy smacking on us. This is good. We can live with that. See, Wolfhead guy's actually going first on the team because we put a little speed on him. Alright. Take down the Thorkels first. They hit everybody and they hit hard. I would like to get both Thorkels down. There we go. Now we just got one giant wolf. And he's gone. Yes. Alright, boss man. Alright. We're going to go ahead and use the ultimate now. See, you already got a debuff on him, which is good. Funky wolf head, pound. You can see, if you look at the boss's health meter all the way to the right, you know, there's that gap with the gray, but you see that dark red, that's destroyed hit points. So he can't get that back unless he's got some special skill to do that. So already we can see the benefits. Ultimate time. Schmack. Guang Yu chunks. I love that guy. Alright, this ultimate it up. Alright. Ta-da! So we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. We're leveling the low level guys. I actually did the mission complete. Got another mission complete. And we're getting the red stones. And as we come along, we're probably going to open up a rift as we go. So I'll take it. We're going to go farm some green stones for Funky Tut, Guan Yin's Lotus Temple. Now, looking at these guys, we have to do a threat assessment. Musashi is always a pain in the butt. And if you played Alpha, you got tired of getting smacked by that guy. We got a Funky Tut on the enemy team. He can do some damage too. So I'm going to go for Musashi first. Thank God we got him because the affinities are not in our favor. But this is only level 1, so they're kind of squishy. Bye. Have a seat. Let's sit down and bring you some popcorn. You can watch the show. Alright, what do we got? We got Kenshin, Musashi, Funky Tut. I got affinity matchup right here. Let's see if I can one-hit this guy. Ow, Kenshin, turd. I'm going to use Lady Zoc on him because she's more powerful. Dang. But he's got a disable on him. You know, so what we're going to do right now real quick, I can't see it very well. It's like it's a stun. If you click on the turn order on one of the portraits, it'll bring up this. So here's my team. I can click on any of these guys and find information, or I can go to enemy team at the tab. And Musashi, if I look at him, with those Kenshin, and you look over there, it is a stun, and it's for like looks like it's 1 turn under effects. So you can even look at his health. So this is kind of neat if you remember to do this. Get all kinds of fun stuff. All right, we got Guan Yu up. Let's see if we can one-hit Funky Tut. Yeah. All right. Now I gotta take Kenshin out. Bye, Kenshin. Musashi lost his turn. Aha, sucker. I'm gonna kill you now if I forget. You get schmack. He doesn't make me noises, sorry. And she... Oh, I underestimated her. I chose the wrong target because I'm not familiar with her. Next time she dies. Holy crap, she smacked the hell out of the whole team. No, no, no. Morno, you can't do that. That's against the rules. The rules say I have to win. Ah, jeez. Jeez, lady, cut it out. Damn. That's cheating. She got to go twice. I don't like that. Kill her. Kill her dead. Kill her dead right now. Damn, look at this. I'm going to be losing guys left and right in a second here. Alright, wolf dude, you're going to die. This might be your last gas. Make it count. You got a chunk. Go on, you. Ah, he didn't land the dream. Alright, I'm going to take a quick look because it's only one target on the board. 1 for 215 twice. Or everybody at 320. I think I'm going to do more damage on a single target with this. Take a quick look. So I'm still learning these guys. Hitting all enemies at 310. And doing one at 380. I'm going to do, once again, the basic. So it helps to know I just lost 2 guys. It helps to know. But on the starters, if you do use their core, you get a chance at strong hit. I can show you real quick. So attacks all enemies, but then it says 25% additional chance to strong hit. So I'm going to go for that. Multiplier is lower for a single target, but you got that 25% chance smacking them. So we're going to kill her, but holy crap. I don't think we're ready for the next level yet, but we do have to get those damn stones, and we're going to be leveling people as we do it, so it's all good. It's just going to take some time, that's all. We're going to just double check. There's Funky Tut. And we need 6. And if you look up at the very top of your screen, but you have 5 of the guys, I need 6, I need 1 more. You're going to do this. Go slay the dragon. Let's do this. Come on, guys, you got this. Schmack, schmack. Alright, we're using my superpowers. Horse faces down. Horse faces down. Oh, that sucked. Yeah, I didn't want to get hit by that. He's going next. He's the next target. She would be done, and then we'll take you out. I don't know if we're going to make it to the last wave with everyone standing. We'll find out. Here comes the tension, the drama. Holy crap. We're too slow. We're taking too much damage. Alright, threat assessment. I do not want to get hit by Oda. And then Mr. Wheelie Boy is no fun either. And then there's the lady with the big razor. I'm going to shoot for Oda right now. Oda's dead. Yeah, let's go for Razor Chick. Hey, she got stunned. Yeah, let's go get Wheels. Wheels is down. Yeah, I don't think I want to get hit by this guy. Pick my poison. I'm taking you out. I'm going to use my heavy hitter on him. He's dead now. Alright, we're going to make it to the dragon. Here it is. Here it comes. Look at all these pretty alts. Look at all those debuffs. The gluttony counter's up, but it's at 0. They look kind of weird. And then they're going to start putting digits in there. I'm not used to seeing it unless it's at 1 or higher. Chunk, chunk, chunk. Here we go, here we go. Did we bring enough firepower? I think we did. I think we're okay. Won't be okay probably at the next level, but okay on this one. Nah, I'm going with the basic. Basic. Yeah, spew that acid breath. Morning breath. Wolfhead man. Alright, Jacques. Do it. Right here. There's my boy. Yay. Go cut the heads off. Mount them on your wall, man. Get 3. What a bargain. Kill one thing, get 3 trophies. There it is. We defeated the dragon. Strategy worked. So you can try out your own strategies, try out your own team. That's part of the fun of these games is you don't know who you're going to pull and you got to figure out how to do it with what you've been handed. You know, it's all part of the fun. All right, guys. Talk to you tomorrow. This is Cranky Kerensky, signing out.